Now that you are already comfortable accessing the Linux terminal, let's proceed ahead and start with writing a few commands. The commands used in this video are intentionally kept very basic so that you get comfortable in understanding the command syntax, and slowly as you progress with the modules of this course, we will make way to write better and complex commands as well. Now, I want you to open your Linux terminal so that you can practice the commands as I explain. Let's start then. The first command I want you to know about is the echo command. Echo command requires some kind of argument that you feed to the terminal so that it can return it the same as an output. Let me show you here. I have written the command echo. I have left one line, one space, and then I give the argument. I will be using inverted commas for that. And I write Linux is great. And I press enter. See what I have written in the inverted commas. I got the same thing as an output on the terminal itself. I'll show you again with a different argument, and this time I won't be using the inverted commas. I write this is great, and I press enter and I get the output this is great. So one thing is very clear, that using the inverted commas while using the echo command is just an optional thing. We can avoid this part. Okay, so next time whenever we are using echo command and I'm writing hello, so that time I won't be required to put an inverted comma. Isn't this easy? Try it yourself and see how it works for you. The next command that I want you to know about is the cal command. Cal is a short form of the calendar command. So when I use cal, what it simply does is give the calendar for the month in which this command is being used. So this month when I'm making this video is April of the year 2024. So this has given me the output, the calendar of the year 2024. However, it is a good thing about calendar command is that it accepts some kind of arguments. Okay, so I'll show you cal and I will give an argument, like if I want to see the calendar for the year 2027. So I just give this as an argument, I press enter, and you can see that I have been given the output in the form of calendar of 2027. Moving next, calendar command accepts multiple arguments. So if I want to see the calendar, to be very more specific, 4th month of the year 2025, that is of April 2025. I press enter and you can see that I can see the calendar for the year April 2025. That's cool, right? The next command in the line is the date command. It's very simple and easy to know. I just want the terminal to show me the current date. So when you type this command in your terminal, it is very obvious that you might be seeing this video on some later date. So the output will be depending on the date and time when you use this command in your PCs. Moving next, the next command in line is the pwd command. This pwd command will give the output the directory in which I am right now working. So right now I am in the tsh directory and the parent directory is the home directory. The next command is the ls. ls is one of the very useful command that will be used anytime when you are working over the Linux systems. It is one of the most used commands and it is good to know how ls works. For this particular lesson, I will be just introducing you to the ls command. However, in the coming modules, I have covered ls command in more details. So when I write ls, it shows me a list of files and directories in the current working directory. That means this desktop, documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, snap, templates, all these directories are inside the TSH directory. Let me open this home directory over here and show it to you right now. So you can see this exact directory I will be able to access from my terminal, the desktop, the document, and the download. Let me close it now. Linux terminal offers you the cd command, which is the change directory command. You can use this command to change your directory from the terminals. As such, right now I'm in TSH. I want my directory to be changed to documents. So I just write cd and documents. So when I have changed the directory, you can see there is a change in the cursor position also. Now, if I do ls over here, the output of this ls here and the output of this ls over here, these two will be different depending on the kind of folder right now I'm in. So you can see the last time when I used the ls command, the output was depending on the directory tsh. This time I changed my directory using the cd command and the output of the ls command is different. So I'm having a directory of the name the first Linux command. Okay, let me go inside the first Linux command directory. Let me do ls and see what's inside. So there is a text file of the name commands.txt. Isn't that cool? I hope it's not getting too much for the first lesson. I just wanted to keep it short, but just couldn't resist to explain you better. So let's not dig deep in the very first chapter. Okay, and let's go ahead and see few more commands before we end this tutorial. The command which I want to show you is the clear command. Often your screen will get cluttered and you will need to just clear your screen so that you have a clear visibility and more space to write. Okay, so I just write clear, I press enter, and whatever I wrote is totally wiped out from the screen. I'm sure these commands are making some sense to you. Trust me, these are basic commands, but you will be required a lot to use these commands once you deep dive in the Linux systems. Moving ahead, I want you to know about the history command. This command displays the list of commands that you have typed in this terminal. The terminal keeps this data stored so that you can refer to it anytime if required. So the command goes like, you write history and you press enter and you get to see all the commands. While actively working with the terminal, you may be required to type the same command again and again. This saved history allows you to fetch those commands so that you don't have to type longer commands again and again. There are many ways you can refer these stored commands in the history. So on your keyboard, you have the arrow buttons, the up arrow and the down arrow. So if you press the up arrow, you keep going back and back and back to the commands that you have written. Okay, so you can see that I'm at the 7th command in the line. Okay, if I press the up arrow, I go to the 6th command. If I press the down arrow, I come to the 7th command again. And if I press down again, I come to the 8th command, then the 9th one, then the 10th one. But what if you had written thousands of commands and you have to refer to the 768th command? Won't it be very tedious to just keep hitting the up arrow button again and again 760 times to reach up to the 760th command? So the shortcut to that is you use the exclamation mark and after that you write the number that is written next to your command that you see from the history command. So if I have to run the 5th command, I write 5 exclamation followed by 5. I press enter, you see. If I have to run the 2nd command and the 3rd command, so let me do it again. The exclamation mark and the 2nd command, I press enter, you see. My command and my output both are displayed on the screen. Again, the exclamation mark and the 4th command, and see, the output is over here. So this is one way of referring an older command that you have ever referred to. So I'll just clear my screen. I recommend you to use the clear command when you find your terminal getting cluttered and you want to clean the workspace to continue with your ongoing tasks. So that was all for this tutorial. I hope this was interesting to you. Practice these commands on your own to gain a better understanding of the syntax of the Linux commands. I will catch up with you in the next video.